Imagine a fisherman trying to catch a fish. Does he jump into the water and grab the fish with his hands? No. He uses bait. Something attractive. Something harmless looking. Something that makes the fish lower its guard. And by the time the fish realizes the danger, it is already trapped. What if I told you that the devil often works the same way? Many people imagine evil as something obvious. They expect darkness to look dark. They expect temptation to look dangerous. But the greatest trick of evil is making destruction look attractive. The devil doesn't always destroy people through one massive mistake. Sometimes he destroys them through small distractions repeated every day. A little less prayer. A little less gratitude. A little less self-control. A little more pride. A little more selfishness. And before a person realizes what happened, they have drifted far away from God. One of the greatest problems in modern society is not that people hate God. Many people simply don't have time for Him anymore. Think about it. People spend hours scrolling social media. Hours watching entertainment. Hours worrying about money. Hours comparing themselves to strangers online. But when it comes to prayer, reading scripture, helping others, or reflecting on their life, suddenly there is no time. The devil doesn't need people to reject God. Sometimes he only needs them to become too distracted to hear God's voice. And distraction is everywhere. Every notification. Every endless video. Every argument. Every obsession with status and approval. The modern world is full of noise. And noise makes it difficult to hear truth. The Bible tells us about two sisters, Martha and Mary. When Jesus visited their home, Martha became busy with many tasks. Mary chose to sit and listen to Jesus. Martha was frustrated. She thought she was doing the important work. But Jesus gently reminded her that she was distracted by many things. Mary had chosen what mattered most. This story is not about work being bad. It is about priorities. Many people today are living like Martha. Busy. Stressed. Constantly moving. But spiritually empty. The problem is not activity. The problem is forgetting what truly matters. There is a difference between being productive and being distracted. A distracted person can be busy all day and still accomplish nothing meaningful. Modern society celebrates busyness. People proudly say, "I'm so busy. I don't have time. My schedule is full." But a full schedule does not guarantee a full soul. Many people have successful careers, expensive houses, large social circles, yet they feel empty inside. Why? Because material success cannot satisfy spiritual hunger. The soul was created for something greater. And when people ignore that need, they often experience anxiety, restlessness, and loneliness. The devil does not always use suffering. Sometimes he uses comfort. Comfort can be dangerous when it becomes an idol. People begin living only for convenience, only for pleasure, only for entertainment, only for personal happiness. Slowly they stop challenging themselves. They stop growing. They stop seeking God. Comfort is not evil. But when comfort becomes more important than purpose, it becomes a prison. The most comfortable life is not always the most meaningful life. Nobody wakes up one morning and decides, "Today I will destroy my relationship with God." It happens gradually. A prayer missed here. A compromise there. A little dishonesty. A little bitterness. A little jealousy. A little pride. Small choices repeated over time create large consequences. A ship does not need to turn completely around to miss its destination. A small change in direction can eventually lead it thousands of miles away. The same thing happens spiritually. Small distractions become spiritual distance. Look around. People have more technology than ever before. More entertainment than ever before. More convenience than ever before. Yet depression, anxiety, loneliness, and hopelessness continue to grow. Why? because human beings were never designed to live only for themselves. A person can have everything society offers and still feel empty. Many celebrities have fame. Many wealthy people have money. Many influencers have attention. Yet countless people still struggle internally. Because peace does not come from what we possess. Peace comes from knowing who we are and why we exist. Every day there is a battle taking place. Not a battle for your money. Not a battle for your possessions. A battle for your attention. Because whatever controls your attention eventually shapes your life. If fear controls your attention, fear will shape your future. If anger controls your attention, anger will shape your character. If God controls your attention, faith will shape your soul. The enemy knows this. That is why distraction has become one of the greatest spiritual weapons of our generation. The solution is surprisingly simple. Spend time with God every day. Even when you don't feel like it. Pray. Reflect. Read scripture. Practice gratitude. Help someone without expecting anything in return. Turn off the noise occasionally. Sit in silence. Listen. Think. Examine your heart. The more time you spend in God's presence, the easier it becomes to recognize distractions. The stronger your spirit becomes, the weaker temptation becomes. Imagine standing before God one day. Looking back at your life. What will matter most? The number of followers you had? The amount of money you earned? The arguments you won online? Or the condition of your soul? The devil rarely begins by asking for your life. He begins by asking for your attention. One distraction at a time. One compromise at a time. One excuse at a time. Until eventually a person forgets what truly matters. Do not let the noise of the world become louder than the voice of God. Because the greatest tragedy is not failing in life. The greatest tragedy is succeeding in everything except the things that matter most. Be careful what distracts you. Because what distracts you from God may be the very thing destroying your peace.